Hello, this is Marta with Universal Power Tarot, and of course these messages we bring you today are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. Hi my friends, hi. This is an energy update slash survival guide for the rest of March and going into April? June, sorry. Going back in time. Oh, how fitting with repetition, but I'll get to that in a second. It'll be two energy updates in one, basically, because I'm recording this at the Taurus new moon, which is today, the 11th of May, and we're also gonna incorporate, however, the energies of the Sagittarius full moon, which is coming up on the 26th of May. And since this is a total super new moon, sorry, let me try that again. Total super moon lunar eclipse. The energies are super heightened, and this Taurus new moon is also, it's very far away, so it's micro energies there, and the other one's going to be so close, so it's back and forth kind of a thing. And Taurus is all about stability and grounding. You need to ground yourself. It's physical body. You may feel, if you have ailments, physical ailments, that may be more predominant than usual, or if you're on your cycle, you may feel that one a lot more strongly. At least that's what I'm finding. It's like you'll feel that. Safety depends on your need for stability here for sure, but it's kind of tough, which is not easy to find right now sometimes, right? That need isn't easily satisfied right now with all the changes that are going on, and that's the next topic as well. Accept yourself, accept the changes, and roll with them if you can. But I also feel like anger and resistance are heightened up as well, and no wonder we're being bombarded with the Schumann resonance that is also hyping up, like everything's hyping up, and I feel like it's really building up to something, and then comes the big clash, and then we're able to change. And this is exactly what happens on the big scale as well as on the small scale with us as individuals. And this is why I'm saying survival guide, because the energies can be so taxing on your body and all the changes, and we're not repeating the same cycles. I mean, we are, until we get the lesson, until we are finally like completely done with it and be like, okay, I'm moving on. And I'll read that card to you in a second. Accept yourself for who you are. Accept your emotions for what they are, which are messengers. Like, don't run from them, stay with them. Fear, anxiety, anger, they have a message for you. They're here for a reason, so something can be cleared out and can be accepted and incorporated, because this is how you love yourself, like all sides of yourself, and stopping to push that away. And in doing so, funnily enough, in accepting yourself the way you are, you stop pushing away people, because there's going to be less and less need for you to push people away, I feel. And yeah, it will become a lot easier to find peace and tranquility here. As you may have noticed, like the throat in general, like at this time, this is a sensitive area. So the neck, the larynx, the throat, the thyroid gland, the vocal cords, the tonsils, the Adam's apple if you have one. Man, those are all more sensitive and maybe need some extra care, okay? So with that also, of course, the throat chakra. And I could feel it. I recorded a video prior to this one with meal prep, and I could feel like my throat, it was just like, it's kind of weird. It's like raspy. Yeah. And with the Sagittarius full moon, that one, safety, you'll find safety in your mission and philosophy, in questions like, why am I here? So these are deep questions, right? Why am I here? What am I doing here? What is my mission? Am I wasting my life? Am I not wasting my life? What does that even mean to me? All those amazing questions that we only, I find, for a period of time find the answer to, until we evolve and our consciousness rises once more, or raises once more, and we'll need to find new answers to that one. Why am I here? Like, what's my mission? What is this all about? What is this life all about? What is the meaning of life in general? And what's the meaning of your life here too? So that's going to be very predominant. And with that, like the pressure and the, meditation, like center yourself, ground yourself, be out in nature as much as you can for sure. Yeah, and with that, but an optimistic approach is coming in as well, right? So that's the Good news. That's the amazing news about it. And I'm going to read repetition to you. So we have here the earthly meaning. A sense of history is somehow repeating, a chance to do things differently and perhaps secure a better outcome. To work with or break a cycle, you need to recognize it. Release stress, tension, and anger before it builds up to a storm. It may be necessary to walk away from a challenging personality. Difficulty breaking a habit or pattern of thinking. Establish a positive routine. And exactly the positive routine, I was talking about the meal prep, like healthy meal prep, and I'll publish that either today or tomorrow, depending on how, when I can edit it, when I get to edit it. And yeah, it's about the routines too, but it's also the flexibility, and it's the mix of both. Like too much of one thing isn't good either. It really is the mix. And the spiritual meaning is through infinite cycles of life, death, and rebirth, our soul stretches into timeless repetition. All the while, your thoughts and actions draw from the past and feed into your future. The journey repeats as often as needed. There's no rushing through to the end. The cycle can be broken through wisdom, through detachment, through a memory of the sacred, through a return to oneness meditation. I'm telling you, adverse cycles do not need to be endlessly tolerated. Break the cycle and shift into something more comfortable. And the tolerated kind of a notion is, that is mentioned here, is really letting me know it's also somewhat of a choice. And please don't misunderstand me here, especially with like the anchor that's rising. It doesn't feel like we do have a choice when we're in these cycles. We may get really pissed off and really angry, and sometimes with spirit as well, or with other people, just like, why the hell do I have to repeat that one again? I've been through it already. It's just, I can feel the anger rising. Oh my God. Woohoo. And that's good. That's good. Face it. Sit with it. Why are you angry? Why is this triggering you? I'm telling you, why is this triggering you? That you do have a responsibility in the matter, which is great, because when you do take that responsibility, as much as it may make you angry in the beginning, it also gives you your power back. This is pure self-empowerment. It also means, yes, I can establish healthy routines and I can stick to them. If I miss a day, that's okay. If I miss 2 days, that's okay too. But I need to stick to something, right? I need to establish things that work in my life, right? That's the thing here, and really look at the patterns that are arising. All right, we'll do that later. Interesting, yeah. Okay, so let's see. And I'm starting to get really hot in the head, like really hot. So some of you are either like really, really in a warm climate, or this is just the anger like rising, making you really hot in the head. Jesus. Wow. Let me have my healthy shake. Wow. Let it rise. Let it rise. Try not to push it to the side. Accept it. Thank you. Oh, wow. 6 of coins. That's given freely. Could also be like a humanitarian. You may have some, or you may just like humans a lot, or, animals. It goes the same way, where you just like to give. And of course with animals it's so easy because you receive the love back so easily. With humans it's not so easy sometimes, and it gets way trickier. Oh my God. Human relationships can be super complicated. And I'm also getting that with that. And also possibly some sort of a withdrawal here for some of you, because it's just too tricky, or has become too tricky. And maybe you find your refuge in animals, again, like I said. But other than that, you're usually a person that really likes to give and that likes to keep the scales balanced. Yeah. Oh, what was I saying? I wasn't even seeing that card. We have the Hermit. Yeah, exactly, right? Whoa. We had the Hermit, I believe, in the Warrior reading too, where it was about like the psilocybin. I'm reminded here again of that, of the mushrooms and the alternative healing methods. So you may be doing that. or I believe that was in the extended though. Yeah, pretty sure over on Ribbon. If you're interested, go ahead and watch the Warrior extended or the Warrior reading and see where it resonates, and then go over there. Yeah, there's, finding your own path through it all. But do remember that, especially if you're still in lockdown or something like that, remember to do go outside and to do kind of do what you need to do. And this a healthy routine is definitely beneficial here, like healthy food, healthy sports, meditation, because it does ground us, especially it's been going on for so long. So I'm in Austria, and the lockdowns, they've just been crazy, and all the sports, all the gyms and everything, they're like they weren't open, which is really something that keeps a lot of people sane. And if that goes on for too long, it's just like it messes with your head. So you need to find alternative methods. But also, if you've used that as a coping mechanism, for example, or going out and shopping or seeing a lot of friends, keeping yourself occupied, this is really a chance. And sorry, I just can't help it. It's my throat. It's a little bit clogged or raspy. And that really gives us a chance to go inside and to go soul searching here. And again, I'm feeling strongly with the Sagittarius that is coming in with that full moon and with that total lunar eclipse as well, which it is both. It's super amped up energies, and it is begging the question of you: what's your mission? What's your life all about? How do you want to show up in the world? Do you want to be a giver? Do you want to taker? Do you want to be self-serving? Do you want to, be serving the greater good of all? It's those things. And what they're saying is there is a balance anyways regarding if you're self-serving or not. There's a balance, and it's going to be restored regardless. And that's maybe what they meant with the it's like a crescendo. It's like going to a point and then it's going to be like this, because it can only go so far with people, right? Until they're starting to realize, oh, that's what's really going on. And wow, I'm not for that at all. And by the way, I just want to mention here, if you're sitting in meditation and focusing on what you don't like, you're going to attract that. You're going to give energy and power away to that. So I highly recommend, if you do take the time to meditate, send out a little for the collective of how you wish to see humanity. For me, I really want to share this with you right now, is I'm seeing us true hippie style, dancing barefoot and just like embracing nature, like being one with nature again. Has become like, I didn't even know that that's what I really wanted, but that's like my deepest heartfelt wish for humanity. And even if there are opposing opinions, that we just sit down and have a grown-up conversation about them, like an informed conversation, because that's how you solve things. It doesn't mean that after the conversation that you are agreeing on the topic. It just means you do have different opinions, and your consciousness may be expanded, your knowledge, your wisdom may be expanded, because you just had that conversation with the other person, and you can still then go about your business, right? And I really want that for all of us to just realize that, and to come back into our power and sovereignty. Yeah. No, we're good here with these. Yes, okay. And if you can find an intention like that, and I recommend asking your heart for that. Don't ask your head. It may have different opinions. And that's an interesting thing too when we're talking about mind-heart coherence, because then that pulls you into different directions, right? If your heart wants one thing and your brain wants another, you may want to check, like, so the coherence is really there. And like, listen to your heart. What does it tell you? Like, what's really, and meditation is awesome because you can go journeying, right? And you can really ask your heart in meditation, what do you want? Like, what's your vision for the world? What's your vision for my life? What is it? Right? And that's a good question. You may not immediately get an answer, but you will for sure. Like, sit with it often enough and you'll have your vision straight up there. I recommend Brian Scott. He has an amazing, I think it is 1 hour long, mind-heart coherence meditation. I really recommend that. Brian Scott and mind-heart coherence meditation. That's when I saw my first vision, like from my heart. It was so cool. I was just like, wow. That was amazing. I really recommend that, to get clear on where it is that you really want to go. We do have the ancestor again, and I do not remember if it was in the warrior reading. I do believe it was. So please, if you feel this is resonating with you in the slightest bit, I do recommend going to the warrior reading and having a look at that ancestor 5, number 5. That's a change. So you do have powerful allies. Absolutely. And I'm now being drawn to the horses. So either you like horses, or you've seen horse as a spirit animal in dreams or whatnot. I'm now getting tingles like right there. There's something about the horses. And as I was talking about the vision that I first had, I actually had a vision of a different planet that I once used to live in, and I had a horse too. And after that, I really missed my horse, because we had an incredible bond, that horse and myself. It's just like you become one with the animal, and that's what I feel here too. And you may have, it doesn't have to be a horse for you, but you may already have in this lifetime that experience how it is to bond with another. It doesn't matter if it's a human or an animal, in such a deep way, because this is incredible. Or if you've ever had it, like pretty much in the beginning of my awakening journey, I had a lot of moments where I was just like, I don't know what it was exactly, but I believe like it was completely like my higher self coming through and gifting me with the eyes of the higher self so that I could see. I loved everyone and everything. It was crazy. I was sitting on the bus and I loved literally. I loved the poles that you hold yourself onto. I was just like, and I just wanted to scream and yell out, I love you all, like all the humans there. It was overwhelming, that feeling. And if that's what it is for Source, which I believe it is, it's incredible that kind of a love that is there, and bringing more of that down to earth. But that also means the contrary. It also means like bringing up those patterns and having a look at them, because they're not working anymore. They're destroying everything. And the man in the mirror comes to mind, right? Really look at yourself, because that's how you change. You cannot change another, but if another sees how you go about things, that may really induce change. It's like So ancestor, a strong ally, is here for you to help you. But also to some of you, this may mean to tap into that, right? To tap into their wisdom, because they're here. They're beating the drum already. They're just like, oh, yeah. Like to some of them, what I'm feeling now is, once I left this lifetime, I understood. I was shown, and I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you move closer to that goal. And then we have the Queen of Arrows with the Swan, and this is that which what I was feeling in the very beginning with the Hermit. Even before I turned that card around and knew it was the Hermit, I could already feel the energies. And it's the same with the Swan here. It's just like, it looks to me like you've retrieved a little bit, and these are hurt feelings, like a hurt heart, and that sometimes causes us to close our hearts and our heart chakras. And with that, we also stop giving freely. We also stop receiving freely. That's the thing. And sometimes we don't notice that we have done just that, like closed ourselves off in the expectancy something bad is going to come off humanity, or of of governments, or whatever it is to you. It really looks like you're retrieved somewhere else, but you're not really taking part in what's going on. Right? And that can be good for a time, but I'm also getting like, for some of you, get out of the house, get out of your apartment, and have a look outside again. And when we're talking about breaking a pattern, breaking a cycle, it's just our mind that is still keeping us stuck in these patterns, and for good reason too. I don't want to condemn the mind here at all. It's quite smart. It used to save us. These are survival mechanisms that the mind is still hooked on, and you want to provide the mind as much safety in the present moment that you're able to, which is why meditation breath work is it's a really optimal. And the vagus nerve, I'm going to make a video, I promise. I already started out a few times on that. It just doesn't come out right yet, and I know I'm waiting on divine timing, and I'm sorry it's delayed. I just cannot make it happen right now, but I'm still studying up on everything with everything that I've used for my own path, and then there's more information coming in. But if you already want to kind of check it out, you can look up the vagus nerve to really calm down your nervous system, and that really induces healing, because once you start to run around like crazy, this is when the vagus nerve is starting to calm down. Or you can use techniques, breathing techniques, to really give yourself that sense of safety, and to really, again, it's not just the mind, it's also the body, because the body is the carrier of those traumas, or of, hurts. We feel it in the body, so it's real to the body, and the brain keeps sending out those signals and makes it very real to our body, no matter if we're in that situation right now or not. So you can also turn that around again and make yourself feel super safe in the present moment. I'm telling you, it's possible. It really is possible. Yeah, and to heal yourself and your heart. Okay, so we're using the Shamanic Oracle deck here. No extended, by the way. It's all in this one. Oh, God. Thank you. Oh, look at that. We have the snake again. We had the snake in the Hermit card here. And I'm always reminded of the, the healing snakes. Also, of course, the Kundalini. We do have the snake. So this is, you've already basically, first of all, it's two snakes. They both go in opposite directions, which is picking up on the topic again of mind-heart coherence. So when your heart and your mind and your heart aren't in coherence, they're going to pull in opposite directions. There's a lot of enlightenment once you bring these two into coherence, once you really find out what your journey is really about, at least for now, because I feel like it's changing. Once you found out, it's good for a while, and then new information comes in and you have kind of to recalibrate that path. And that's what that is. It also lets me know that you've outgrown that old skin already. Like it's falling off, basically, much like the snake skin, you're shedding it. And that process of wiggling yourself out of that old skin, that is tough. That is tough. It's you can compare it, and I heard this from another reader, and I thought it was so smart. It's like you're stuck in, let's say, a rose bush or a bush with thorns, and you don't realize that they have been pricking you all the time, because pain, we get used to it so quickly, right? So we don't remember how it really feels to be pain-free. And once you start to wiggle yourself out of it, all of a sudden you'll feel that pain again, and you're just like, oh, fuck that, I'm not doing it. All right? But what you're doing is you're freeing yourself. You're freeing yourself out of that rose bush, out of that thorn bush. And you may get scratched on the way out. You probably will. But imagine being out of that thing and then being able to smell the roses, like no longer being inside and being pricked by it, but being outside. That's a completely different perspective, and one that you are not used to. And this will have new challenges within it in itself, because it's new. It's just like, oh wow, what is this? And it can be awesome, but it can be scary too, to walk into the new. That's challenging. And we do have the number 46 breaking down to a 1, which is the new beginning, right? It's right there for all of us. It is there. It is there. But the process, again, of wiggling yourself free off of that old skin, that takes practice. That takes, yeah. Oh, we have 2. Yeah. It's a challenge. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's a challenge. And as any change is that's going on right now. And we have the Lord take charge with authority. What I was saying earlier, it pisses you off, or it pisses us off, right? If we're responsible for our own life, if we're talking about we're our own creators, like the creator of our own realities, and then see what that reality looks like. And we're just like, it couldn't have been me. That's not me. I didn't do it. We all did it. And also with your own life, like I said, a healthy routine, much like that card suggested. And I'm going to post that healthy meal prep routine for you if that's what you want to do. That's all in that area. That's you taking responsibility for your life and for your loved ones, right? Well, especially for the ones that can't do it for themselves yet, take charge with authority. And it talks about that leadership position and to really step into it. Strong Aries energy also, right? Yeah, and to claim that sovereignty. And then we have the arrow. And that one says, surround yourself with protective energy. And again, you are the one that is taking charge of that. Because if you feel like there's something going on that you don't like, you take charge of it. You are saying, you're calling in your angels, your guides, your ancestors, your sacred ones to protect you. And also you're putting up your own shield in such a way. And you're making sure that you're not ingesting. I'm giving you an example and you do what you want with it, but not ingesting the news, for example, that can brainwash us to an immense degree, and the radio and everything, because it's all, I'm not going to say too much on it at this point, but it's crazy, like what's going on. It's really crazy. And make sure that you're not ingesting too much of that, but rather move away from it and really do create your own reality. Do create what you feel like that you want. What kind of a world do you want to live in? Like, how do you want people to treat each other? Start with, how do you treat yourself? Like, that's the first thing, and that's going to be tricky enough. Trust me, it's going to be tricky enough to do this, but also doable. Also doable. It's the first time that they don't want me to read any of those cards from the angels and ancestors. Wow. Wow, that's enough. Okay, we have healing and we have miracle. And we're straight up talking about the heart. So the healing card says, listen to your heart. Love is the greatest healer. It has the capacity to balance and heal your emotions, thoughts, and perceptions, which in turn will heal you physically. We were talking about that with the Taurus new moon. Your angels are here with you and will help dissolve your fears. Trust in the power of love to guide you, and your life will magically transform. This card is confirmation that healing is occurring right now, exactly. And once you realize your sovereignty, you also immediately know nothing is ever stronger than me and than my organ energetic field, right? And we just become masters of that. And then we have the miracle card. And that one reads, dearest one, even if all hope seems lost, right there, yeah. Let not hope slip away, for I, your guardian angel, am constantly by your side. Surrender all your concerns to me and trust in the healing power of love. Please believe that you are never alone. Together we shall work through each issue or situation which is of concern to you. All heals with the passing of time. Magic and miracles are about to manifest. I love that, and I love that they left us with this last card. It's really beautiful. All right, guys, sit in meditation. Let's connect. Like, I'm there every morning and I'm connecting with whomever is meditating. So just think of our higher selves, because we are already connected up there, and really imagine that circle of like-minded people, of friends, of soulmates that are up there meditating with you every day, and span that gorgeous energy light net around Mother Earth and help awaken more people and ourselves. All right, my friends, I really hope this was helpful and or insightful to you. Sending you so much love and light. Please, I'm no longer open for May to book private readings or coaching calls. I'll reopen bookings in June though. Okay, so for now, there's a stop on things. Thank you so much who's booked with me. I'm really looking forward to working with you in the one-on-one coaching calls. Super excited. And also so looking forward to giving you the healing readings. Much love, light, and shadow, my friends. See you next time. Bye.